Hello, everybody. Guys, I woke up today and I feel like I got enough sleep. And I don't know what it is, but I feel sore everywhere. Like, and it's not even like a painful sore. You know when your body just is just like, it's done, bro? I feel like that today. I don't know what's going on, bro. What's up, Cass? What's up, Neon? What's up, Adu? Infirm, what's up? Megan, what's up? Beldoink. Esteban, how you doing? Gakachino, Plady. Yee, what's up? Bardo. Fried. 75 layers. Look at Mr. Via power user over here. True. I'm so happy right now. I've just seen the Northern Lights for the first time. I didn't think I was ever going to see it. For context, I'm South African. Are you on a trip right now, Cass? Or where? Like, did you see it somewhere natively? Sorry for that Max Banana sticker. No, it was hilarious, bro. You're good. Sign of aging? I've never had this happen before, man. Like, I literally don't know what it is. I feel like I've been, like, decently moving around, too. To cross the UK right now. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of, like, hit me like a truck today. But I've been doing cleaning most of the day, and I did some minor work. And then I took a bunch of photos today, too. I was just really taking pics. But now I gotta like figure out what kind of I want to get a new camera strap because the one that this camera came with just sucks. I feel like every camera comes with terrible camera straps. I'm a big fan of rope camera straps. I don't like those like wide, cloth ones. So I like how this page apologizes for being offline. True. True. Rope camera straps? Yeah, just like I don't really know how to describe it too well. They're just ropes. Like, they're just basically a rope camera strap. That's really it. That's it. Sounds like a good productive day. It's okay today. I got to see some fun people today, too. Holy shit, new haircut. We did it ourselves, man. Save a few bucks. Because haircuts, like I said, too much money. So we just did it ourselves. Just ran the thing along the side of my head. And I haven't cut the top yet. I want to cut the top, too. But... oh, dude, I need this coffee so bad right now. How do I know this isn't fake, Alex? I just read your message. Therefore, I'm no longer fake. I hope that helps. I don't know if it does. But yeah, man. I'm tired today. You look fresher than a newly hatched chick. God damn. Buzz cut when? I had one of those. I feel like not too long ago. And it was terrible looking on me. I sent a Discord message to you, small gift. What we got? Let's see. Oh, wait. Dude. It's so if you guys can't see this right now, but it's basically a Notion page of keeping track where all my fucking keycaps are. Wait, this is such a good idea. Yeah, okay. I need to fill this in. Chozo's been trying to get me to do this for the longest time. Dude, that's so fucking funny. No, it's a good idea. Honestly, I should do that. Yeah, I've definitely been having some trouble tracking everything, so nice cut. Thanks, guys. Chozo's about to be like, bruh. I think Mr. Chozo's been very busy lately. Good for him, though. I appreciate Mr. Chozo. Hopefully he's been good. I don't know what happened to his... I think I sent him a little gift not too long ago. I think it got stuck in the mail, and I think it's being sent back to me. This is the second package in the last 2 weeks that's been sent back to me. So when it gets back to me, I gotta send it back out to him. But what have you guys been up to today? It's a Friday. I was considering going to watch a movie today. I want to go watch that new Planet of the Apes movie. But I was gonna go see it after stream today. I think I'm a little too tired for that, so I think I'm probably just gonna go to bed, truth be told, or play some video games. Let's see this, Cass. Basically nothing. Truly, I don't blame you, bro. Oh, that is gorgeous. Dude, I want to go out somewhere. Cass, that's awesome, bro. Had a slow morning, a busy afternoon, but otherwise a pretty good day. That's good to hear, Plady. Are you going to the Key meetup next week? I am. Okay. I'm going to go. Keyboards I'm bringing. I'm only going to bring 2. I know the limit's 4. I just don't feel like hauling everything back and forth because I'm not driving there. Like, I don't have a car, but I'm gonna be, you know, taking transit probably, or maybe if I'm feeling lazy, I'll maybe Uber in case everything's pretty heavy. But I'm gonna bring the Event Horizon, and I'm gonna bring, I guess, the Cloud9. I don't know if there was another board people wanted to see, but I'm doing it. Actually, I need to redress up my Event Horizon then. I bought an alu plate for my Bauer Light. Let's go. Good evening, Mr. Toes in chat. I can't stay. I'm almost certainly gonna pass out any second from exhaustion. Lynx, bro, I appreciate you stopping by to say hi. Get some sleep. You deserve it. Your stream will be the perfect way to get through this last part of work. Oh, is it streamed live? Yeah, we're streaming live. Is it? Am I giving off the impression we're not live? Am I, do I seem like AI right now? Did you see the group back for GMK High-Vis? I did. It's a really fun set. I think a lot of people are going to really like that particular set. It's really, really fun. This is definitely pre-recorded. I feel like this is the second person who've asked, and I've never been asked this before, so I feel like I'm giving off some like pre-recorded vibes today. Also, we're trying some new switches from PK Keyboards. They were generous enough to let me try these out. And these are their new, I believe they're pronounced Misu round 2 switches. Well, I guess they're not really new per se, but they had a round 1. Very excited to try them. Very, very excited. Let's see. What's all the specs of these switches? 63.5 double spring, which is awesome. They are pre-lubed, and I did already check to see if they were good pre-lubed, and they're pretty damn good. But yeah, pretty interesting. And it's inspired by tiramisu, which I don't know if does tiramisu typically have like blue colors in it. I don't know. I'm not really like a tiramisu fan, but they do have a pretty color. Like I do think the color is very pretty. Yeah, I was gonna say that might be the only criticism. Rotten. But hear what they sound like directly from PK. So these were interesting to me because I think the springs, in particular, out of all the switches I've tried recently, yeah, like they sound good. They sound like a switch. The springs feel very, very snappy in this. And we've been seeing, we haven't really been seeing a whole crap ton of, these double stage springs. Outside of, I don't know, maybe Kinetic Labs has most of them. But it's interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting little put together here. Actually, we'll open one up. Terapisu, extra long multi-stage springs. Let's go. Let's see what the springs actually look like. Like I said, I did try some of these out before, but there you go. Double stage spring. So that's why these are going to be very snappy feeling, and I think a lot of people will appreciate that. Actually, does this even have any pre-lube on it? There's a little bit, like it is the smallest amount, but geez, these sound... It's like the smallest amount of lube. Assuming that's what I'm seeing here. Does it even say it? Yeah, light factory lube. They're very, very, very light. Damn, I haven't opened them up. This is my first time opening them up. Like I said, I did play around with them before. Honestly, not bad. Considering it almost looks like these are dry, there's like the smallest amount. Why are they sold in packs of 15? You know, if there's one small criticism I'll give a lot of people, is they do pack switches in weird groups of numbers. 15, I guess, makes sense. But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of random numbers we do for switches. I think in intervals of 10 makes the most sense. But even that, maybe 5 makes more sense. But I have no idea. Honestly, no clue, guys. What makes the most sense for switch groupings? I know it's preference, but I want your opinion on spring swapping Vint Blacks. Would you use a newer spring closer to the original or your own extended spring? Totally up to you. They can sound good with a lot of different springs.
Good evening, Alex. Hope you're having a good day.
Bye. Thank you so much, man. Today's been off and on, I'd say. It started off great, got a little bit weird, got a little bit shitty, then got good again, then got a little bit weird. It's been a roller coaster, and maybe that's why I'm feeling a little bit exhausted today. So, but Ryan, if I were to pick springs personally, I would just pick regular length or long springs. With the Nixies, I don't know why, it just feels like, I don't know. I think it's really the scratch of the Nixies. I feel like it accentuates a little bit of that scratch when you use like a standard length spring or even just a long spring. So our double stage springs have compression in top, bottom, and middle. They have an additional in the middle. So yeah, I guess it would be technically that. I'm not a spring expert. Hello, I will soon receive my Sonnet and was planning to install Vint Black 3-pin on it. Do you recommend hot swap PCB? Are you planning to, I know there's half plates for that. Are you planning on doing a full plate? If you're doing a plate, then just feel free to do whatever you want. IMO though, guys, even with some of the more, I feel like a lot of the more modern switches nowadays, maybe I'm crazy, but I sort of feel like a lot of the switches don't fit on the PCBs like very nicely. They kind of just fall out. And I have to experiment and test, obviously. So this is just kind of me talking shit right now, but I'm wondering if that contributes to a thinner sound profile when they don't sit 100% on the plate, or sorry, the PCB. You know what I mean? Which makes me wonder, is solder better for those types of switches? But I don't have any like conclusive proof. I was thinking about this morning. It really does 100%. Could be. Yeah, and like, for example, HMX switches, very loose on PCBs. Even some of the more, like the more recent switches I've seen, maybe with the exception of one or two. Yeah, the SWK switches are very thick, but they definitely sit a little bit wonky. Like even the Texie switches do that. Like all of them kind of do that. So, you know, I don't remember what set this is. I was trying to figure it out today, but I mean, I had this board on all day, and then when I got to put the command in, I'm like, man, I don't remember. Wonder if Milmax would get rid of the variants. I'm not sure, because anything that would make the switch potentially wobble could add like a weird sound to it. You know what I mean? But I'm not positive. Fairy, that's what it is. You guys are smarter than I am. All right, let's take a look at our keyboard, by the way. Oh, I forgot to get stabs, so I'll have to get up and get stabs. I always forget stabs. This is called the Layer75. This is going to be an in-stock project. It's not in stock yet, obviously, but it's going to be an in-stock project from Click Clack. This is not sponsors or anything. They told me that they only had like 1 or 2 units of this for people to take a look at. And I was like, I'd love to take a look at this because, I don't know, I just feel like there's been a lot of keyboards from Click Clack lately that I've been enjoying, at least, you know, to take a look at. So just so you guys know, and I'm going to be sending this back to you. So this is totally just me taking a look at this today. Is this named after one of my Photoshop files? Bro, you guys don't even want to see my Photoshop files. They're fucking awful. All right, so I haven't unboxed this yet. It's a $250 in-stock keyboard that they're going to be doing. They didn't give me an exact date, but sometime soon. They said sometime this month, might even be early June. And then a few little things about the board we could take a look at. Basically, from what I understand, this started off as a more complex project. For example, they had some like, you know, fancy chamfers on it and some interesting like little machining bits. And then it kind of got simplified a little bit to lower the price because apparently this was getting kind of expensive to machine. I think they even say that. Let me see. Do they say that in the thing here? Yeah, despite challenges in manufacturing, some design details, a satisfactory solution was reached. So they kind of had a compromise. It's going to have a 19.5 millimeter front height. And then I believe this is going to be only a 1.2 millimeter PCB. But you know what? It's fine. Maybe today we play around with some foam in this. Now, I can't remember which color they sent, but we're going to take a look. So we have Dotworks little accessory box. Cut looking fresh. Thanks, guys. And let's see, what PCB and plates did they send? We have FR4 and aluminum. Okay. It's going to be $250. I don't know if that's going to be adjusted at all. I don't foresee it happening, but just so you guys know, like I am doing this ahead of time, so they could adjust it. Who knows? Yeah, it's a 1.2. Is this 1.2? Is it? Oh yeah, it definitely is. Little PCB going on. Nothing crazy. Not a lot of options. So for people who are kind of after, you know, a keyboard with lots of options, this is super simple. Yeah, not really much at all, huh? Yeah, no, not much. Sorry, I thought that was like a piece of something broken off, but it was just a piece of plastic. It's a nice color PCB, but very simple PCB here. Move some stuff to the side. And then we have our keyboard. God, some stuff's falling off of this. All right, take a look at this. Move some stuff off my desk because this is getting crowded. Is that a green or gray? It is gray. It might appear a little bit green because Fuji colors. Would you know what a 1.0 PCB looks like? You know what? I still kind of struggle with that sometimes, but what accessories do we have here? We have our gaskets. So some gasket socks, LED shading strips, feet. Yeah, and we did get a new haircut. We have some little tools, some tweezers, screwdriver, and I want to say screws and bits. Just watched your most recent YouTube video. Excited to be here. Yeah, I'm kind of, you know what? The new video for, what's it called? The Numa. You know, this has kind of happened on a few keyboards where people immediately see an expensive price point and they immediately start comparing it to inexpensive products, which is fine. I get that. But I think, hold on, let's just take this all out. I think I'm also in a spot right now too where, like, you know, I do my best to cater to everyone who kind of wants to look at different things. But dude, it definitely, oh no, Neon, I don't care about that. It definitely kind of like puts me in a weird spot because, like, I understand why things are, you know, more expensive, especially when they're running low batches. And like I said that, like, I think a bunch of times during the stream and even in the comment section. But people, they kind of just jump on this train where it's like, well, the Neo series is really inexpensive, but they also have like a totally different operation going on. And like, I can tell you guys a lot of the people in North America designing boards and et cetera, like it's a long process. And it kind of adds to cost, especially when things are done in like a low quantity. So instead of me sitting here and criticizing other people's criticism, because I feel like it's going to be an endless loop of, you know, snake eating its own tail, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to interview a whole bunch of different designers and vendors of different calibers. I'm trying to get as many people as I can, and it's going to be a longer article. I'm not going to do a video because I don't feel like making a video for it. I want to do a written article on it. And I want to talk about the process of, you know, low batch stuff and more designer things and like what things cost and stuff. And hopefully that sheds some light on a lot of stuff. So I think that's my next big task. That is going to be my next big thing, because you know what? I think the conversation of value is just so muddied right now in keyboards. Can I be part of it? Yeah, of course. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people. Oh, this is a nice green. You know, I was a little worried when I saw this green. Oh, this is a pretty keyboard, actually. Interesting. I was a little worried that, you know, let me go back to my first thought. You know, it's just the conversation of value is just so boring in this hobby sometimes, like, and none of the value conversations even work. And everyone's idea of value differs. That's why it's kind of a boring conversation to have in general. So value subjective, exactly. And it's a boring conversation to have. Like, one person can value one thing and another can value another. Like, it's just like, it doesn't make sense. And again, it's like going in circles. So can these manufacturers adjust prices based on the number of people committing to buy? So this is kind of, we can have a long conversation. Maybe we have a long conversation on stream one day about this. But basically, yes and no, right? So let's just say I'm selling this pen, It's a very busted up pen. And I want to sell 100 of these pens because I know I'm one person. I can only deal with selling 100 of these, or I'm putting myself in a dangerous spot where I'm overselling and can't fully commit time. So I'm going to pick 100. 100 is my limit. I figure out that 100 costs me $20 to do per unit, and I want to profit $3. So I'm going to charge $23. All right. Even if more than 100 people want this, I still only want to do 100. Now, we've seen keyboards sell in much bigger quantities, but the thing people don't get is like a lot of vendors, with the exception of like the really big ones, they're still selling in lower quantities. And they're only one person because that's all they can handle. But yeah, I'll do a whole conversation about this. I'll do a whole interview thing with people. I'm going to make it a very long, detailed, well-formatted article. It's going to probably take me a month or two to do, but I will get it. So look at this color. So this is the Layer75. It's going to cost $249.99. I don't know what shipping's going to cost. Obviously, that might differ, but it is a pretty keyboard. So they talked a little bit about having some interesting machining on this. So we have a recessed USB-C port, and then we have this, it's a quite little pretty seam with some chamfers on the side there. And then I like the way this bottom piece kind of slots on here. You know, kind of creates this illusion of almost having feet. Oh my God, please camera. Almost this illusion of having feet. I believe this, what was this? I think this one here was called the Matcha, or at least that's what they told me about. Got a little PVD'd weight here on the bottom. Hate it or love it. I don't think that really adds too much to this personally. The front's also pretty, again, kind of peeks through with the bottom color on the front. Allows you to kind of have a two-tone kind of keyboard there. And then we have some stuff on the internal with a big, and that's probably where some of this cost is coming to, big weight over here. And then we also have a little bit of a step here on the top frame. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the step on the top frame is a very preference-based thing. I've done keyboards with this in the past. So in case you guys were wondering, it's just this little step. I like how they implemented it here. I think on other keyboards, I'm usually not a fan of this. I'm still a little bit impartial, but I do think this does look better than most. And then we have a little piece with some LEDs, when that little blocker there going over here. Interesting. We do look like we have a proprietary PCB, or a daughter board rather, whatever there. But yeah, big old weight here on the bottom. Re65 to a similar step, and that looks great. Yeah, I think that's a preference. Well, obviously a lot of design stuff is preference. Also, I really like how the green kind of peeks out here on the bottom too. That's really cute. New Sonnet stream soon. Oh, do they give you a spare? If this comes in the retail package as well, a spare PC daughter board, that is such a nice thing to have. Good on them for adding that, especially like when you're having something a little bit more proprietary. I like the design a lot. Something about it is whimsical. Yeah, I believe on the Z Frontier page, there might be a little bit more about the design if you want to read into it a little bit. But this will, again, will still be an in-stock product that Click Clack has, which I don't think Click Clack has done many in-stock. Usually it's group buy and then they have like lots of extras, but it should be interesting. Do you have an idea how much it will cost to change from JST to magnetic connector? That is something I have no idea. I actually don't know the costs of those Pogo connectors. That would be an interesting thing to get some info on. Now, I do wish, because they do have a lot of lighter colors in the group buy, I do wish they offered some different color feet here. I don't think I missed any. That would have been cool to see, just some like gray or white feet, so it doesn't really detract too much from the lighter colors here, but it's okay. Yeah, you get 2 extra feet as well in case they come off, so good on them for adding a bit extra. Agreed, an extra daughter board's always a welcome ad for me. Yeah, exactly, right? Like you want those little extras, right? Especially, and this is a conversation that I feel like we haven't had, a crap ton of talk about, but, oh, that looks nice too. You know, when you're getting into these keyboards, regardless if it's group buy or pre-order or in stock, you're not really guaranteed support for life. So sometimes having like an extra part or two really helps. Now they're saying this is 19.5, but I don't know why. This feels a little taller. I'll double check what the front height is here. We'll have to measure it. 19.5. This feels like 20 or something. Like a little above 20. I don't know. Could be wrong. Interesting. It's a really big, thick cut here in the front. Is it thicker than the top? I guess it kind of is. It's almost like having a mini cherry lip. Take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can peep that a little bit, but they got this like little mini cherry lip here on the front. And maybe that's what they're going by, right? Maybe they're going to this point right over here, opposed to bringing it up to here. But it's a very, very subtle lip. So the back doesn't really have that. This is just exclusive to the front over here. A little thicker. Doesn't really detract from the design at all. Interesting though. The coating on this is really nice. I don't think this is anode. I think this is E-coat. Yeah, this is definitely E-coat. Pretty nice though. Very good quality. Cool. Really like the color of this. I don't know what the hell I'll use for a keycap set. Maybe we just do something plain and simple. All right. Now, I guess let's go get some stabs. So give me like 1 moment to go grab some stabilizers from the front. I'm heading to bed now. Have a great stream. Bye, Cass. More like a chamfer, honestly. Yeah, I agree. It's not really a lip, but it's just there. Redacted could be nice too. So an E-coat is, God, it's this whole process where basically it's like an electro thing. You put it in and you kind of zap it, and then the particles kind of like attract to it type thing. I'm definitely butchering this. Well, an anode is a totally different process, but they're different processes to get different types of finishes. I wish it was the cream matcha green. Is this I feel like this is kind of a matcha green. I don't know, I feel like it kind of is. I bought a Newfie Gem 80 in Cosmic Brown, but they were all out of keycaps to match. What would you recommend for keycaps? Good question. I would go with something beige. I don't know what's available for beige right now, but I would pick something beige. 1 second while I get some what are they called? Whatever these things are. 1 second, guys. Let me go to the front. They actually sent me some... No, I don't think they sent me wires. They sent me... Oh, they did. They sent me some new stabilizers to go with this. I don't really have much information on this, though, so we're going to have to just... You're going to have to bear with me. They didn't really give me much at all. But they're from Click Clack as well. Interesting color scheme here. I don't know if they'll come with the brush and stuff. What is this? Oh my god, this is all... Is this 205? I don't know if this is actually 205. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use my own for... Actually, you know what? Fuck it, we'll use it. I think it's 205. Let me check the notes. Jesus. Well, let me get... This thing is leaking like crazy. 1 sec, guys. I get a paper towel or something. What song is this? Why have I heard it before? Sometimes they play like mainstream songs on this radio. Sometimes. I also leak like crazy when I open stream. Huh? What's the purple keyboard? This is the Alto. What the? I'm leaking for... Okay, you know what? We were doing so good on not being sussy. So good. Wait. Are these wires wrapped in a silicone? They are. They're like a wrapped wire. Here, let me try to better show you guys this. Oh, please, camera. It's like a heat shrinked, like, you see that? See the tip of the metal? Interesting. I wonder how this will affect this. I mean, you can kind of hear it doesn't sound like metal, right? Interesting. All right. Cool. Let's zoom out a little bit more here. I don't know. I thought you were off today. Also, geez, a haircut right after. Yeah, man. When I got home, after I dropped off your stuff, we went immediately, grabbed the little thing, we just started buzzing. Although I didn't cut the top of my head. I want to cut the top off too, like a lot of it, half of it, I think. And then we went to go do a few things, and then, oh my God, today's been a whirlwind of chaos, I feel. Hold on, let me see if they gave me much info on these. I'll be honest, these kind of came in at a weird time, these stabs, but I did want to use them. Let me see. No, there's not much about them. Nah, it's just new stabs they're gonna be making. And then it rained. Yeah, it was terrible weather today. All right, let's start doing some stabs. Any recommendations on high-end 96% keyboards? I don't know what's in stock for that kind of size right now, to be honest. By the way, thanks guys for the follows, by the way. I appreciate you guys. I don't know. What's in stock for that kind of size? Some screws. I got these. Brutal? Yeah, maybe the Brutal. Maybe the Odin, if that's still in stock. Is the Odin a 96 or an 1800? I think it's an 1800, right? All right. So we're doing, I guess, all of them because we don't really have many options with this PCB. So we need 1, 2. Oh no, we only need 4. Okay. I feel like 96 and 1800 are the same, no? I don't know why I'm thinking they're different. Maybe they are slightly different. I can't remember now. So the housing's different. The housings look the same-ish. Migraines are like a curse. Oh, dude. Did I tell you guys the silliest and also weirdest story? Also maybe a PSA story. So for a month and a half, a little while ago, I was getting migraines like every day. I didn't really talk about it much because I thought it was stress related. You know what it was? My glasses were sitting like this, and I didn't, like, kind of like this or something. I didn't realize it. Was it Adam? Probably. Was it Tim? Probably. Add it to it. But I didn't realize my glasses were sitting weird on my face. Because they're adjustable nose pads, right? Like the metal frames, they have those weird like wired nose pads. One day, I didn't think anything of it. I took off my glasses and I was like, oh, my glasses seem crooked. I fixed them. Then, like, almost immediately, I started noticing everything feeling better. And then I did some quick reading about it and I'm like, holy shit. This can cause a shit ton of problems, like a lot of headaches. And I told you guys about it back when I figured that out, and everyone's like, yeah, that can cause like headaches. So now whenever I wake up, because sometimes when you lay down, you still kind of squish your face against your glasses. I fixed the nose pads, and I've been like solid, dude, for the last month. But yeah, for about like a month and a half, because my glasses were, I guess, were really bad. It was every day, man. Every day I had a headache. It was awful. I've also been solid. Huh? For the past month. So glasses were bent. They were just sitting weird on my face, basically, yes. Hydrate? Sounds good, Bill. Did you go on your photo thing yesterday? Wouldn't have thought about that. Neither would I. I thought it was stress related. Truly. I thought it was all stress. I guess it was not. The wire's so blue. They're actually wrapped in like a heat shrink. Good morning. What's up, Gray? How you doing? Family things came up. Wasn't able to go out maybe this weekend. Honestly, Abel, after we spoke on stream, it was bad weather. So you didn't miss much. It ended up being pretty shitty outside. It's funny how simple solutions are. I felt so much better after taking multivitamins in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, there's tons of stuff, right? Midnight, bro. I told myself the same thing. This is my final and last pair of metal frame glasses because usually I get plastic glasses. And this is the first time I'm like, I'm gonna get something fancy, like metal, you know, and they cost a few dollars extra. And you know what? Immediate regret. Notice the weather wasn't great. It felt like a sign. Yeah, I was gonna go too. I was actually gonna, pseudo kind of join you, and I looked outside and I was like, well, fuck it, I guess. I'm just gonna stay in. They look good though. Thank you, I appreciate that. Decided not gonna bother. They seem like they have a pretty tight tolerance for these stabs. Also, what have you guys been up to today? Or I guess, what do you guys have planned for the weekend? I broke my new glasses after 1 week. Oh no. I have glasses, metal wires, and I really like them. Very thin frame. Yeah, I will say these are lighter, but I don't know if they're worth it. What lube should I use for stabs? I feel like I tune with dielectric grease. It's unforgiving. It depends on the stab. A little cheat sheet. The only time I would not use dielectric grease is for things like TX and Stabies and QMK. QMX stabs. NK announced the date of their meetup. Definitely going since it's close to me. Really pumped. Anyone else going to be there? Rob, I should be going to that one there as well. I haven't missed Morgantown meetups yet, and I don't plan on it, so hopefully I'll be able to attend that one there too. Just hoping life doesn't get too expensive, because I feel like in July and August, there's like 3 or 4 meetups people have been talking about, and I'd love to go to all of them, but high key, everything's seeming kind of pricey right now. Oh my god, why is my fingers not working right now? I need to decide on keycaps for my Founders Edition. Oh, I'm so fucking jealous, JQ. Listen, JQ. I hope you know that color that they do the anodization in for this Founders Edition is like my dream color for keyboards. It is so nice, and I have not won because they're all raffles. I don't think they have an in-stock of those at all, or some sort of like group buy for it. I've entered every single one for the Founders, and I keep losing. Dude, that is such a nice color. I don't even know how to describe it. It is like this beautiful bronze. Is the Ano going to be the same though? The Cerakote going to be the same? I'm not too sure. Like a cigarette brown, I'd say. That's an interesting way to describe it. It's a style of brown for sure, yeah. The Songo 65 still worth buying? Hell yes, bro. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a longer answer here. Why are my fingers being so weird? It is very, very, very rare that I would say a keyboard is no longer worth buying. Again, I'm gonna say this, and this is the utmost respect to everyone who's into this hobby. This is a luxury hobby. There is no keyboard worth buying at all. Truth be told, it's just how it makes you. If it makes you feel good and it works, then just get it. At the end of the day, these provide no extra value. You can still type well on a $15 Dell keyboard. You know, it's just, do they make you feel happy? Does the design make you feel happy? Does it speak to you? Does the sound, speak to you in that sense? I think sometimes we lose sight of that, and I think it's important to remember that and just do whatever you do to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Anyone can make keyboards from aluminum cans. True. Pro Strat got a copper bottom promote and profit when the value goes up. Yeah, when there's a copper shortage. Hitting us with the facts for that one there, Burn. You know what? Today was a little bit of like a scratching my head moment with a lot of people talking about price points with things. And again, not in a bad way. Obviously, everyone wants cheap, but sometimes not everything can be dirt cheap. $15 Dell must be CAD. True. Mode Alex keycaps when? I have no keycaps in the works, guys, at all. I've attempted to make a few sets, and honestly, I kind of gave up on one set I was doing, but I'm going to say this, okay? Mod Musings, Matthew and Cena, made a set that I think is something, if pretending he wasn't, he didn't participate, that's probably what I would have ended up making, something with natural stone colors. He did a way better job than I can probably ever do. He is truly an artist. That is something I truly endorse, is that particular set. I love Matthew. He's a great guy. I wish I want to know him better in the future, but I think that's the set I would say is like the closest thing to what I would ever imagine myself designing something. So he hit the nail on the head with that one there. It's a gorgeous set. Modern materials, correct. Got an Alex edition. Oh yeah, the new Alexotos edition of the Sonnet should be a fun one too. That should be a fun one. Phantom, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Gonna be building one on stream, Alex? The new Sonnet? Yeah, whenever they get them in. I don't think it's soon, but also I don't know what's going on with the alerts on stream, but sounds like it's one of those slow days for Twitch. Hydrate, got you. I'm also gonna be building the Encore soonish too. Yeah, early next month, late this month, something like that. Chris said too for the Sonnets. Alex says that, but he's hiding something after the Sonnet. No, guys. I'm not crossing my fingers. Pinky swear it, bro. I'm not designing any keycap set. Okay? There's nothing right now that I can think of that interests me. The only thing I was thinking about was doing a bright ass orange set, but then I really thought about it and I'm like, would I use that very often? And the answer was no. So I don't know. I don't think I am. He's already finished designing the set. Oh my god, dude. Jeez, dude. You're having it designed? Are you a Civ fan? Because I found a link for KBM manufacturing. Oh, Civilizations? KBM Civilizations. Which one's KBM? God, these desk pads are so sick. Honestly, Civ's such a nice set. KBM is it just another manufacturer? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that. I'm on the next Skidata group buy. Wait, there's going to be another Skidata? Didn't they do a run of that sort of? No, maybe I'm thinking of a different set. With Mode Obscura switches, with Alexotos mode keycaps, boom, full Alex board? Nah. 100 acres, you're right. Forgot about 100 acres. Wonder what's going to happen to my set for that. Beats me. I ordered 100 acres as well. Winnie the Pooh brings a lot of memories back to me. So I wonder, do I need to put lube on this then? I'm going to put the smallest microscopic amount on this. Because I really don't think I need to lube this. But we'll do a very, very small amount. I really don't think you need to lube these though. Do you have Aether on any of your keyboards? It's on a keyboard right now in the front. I don't remember what board I put it on though. Drop picked up the 100 Acres project as DCD 100 Acres. I wonder if my order will be shipped from Drop. I doubt it will though. What stabs are these? They're a new stab from Click Clack. I don't think there's a name or much information about these at all. They just kind of sent me an early set to take a look at. We'll take a look and we'll give some criticisms, but I don't have any information on this. There was none provided. It's just an early look at some new stabilizers. Unless they've posted something in the last like few days and I just haven't noticed. It's a bit late. Hair looking fresh. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is. It feels late, even for me. Like I'm super drained today. Out of curiosity, do you have an official title at Novel Keys? You know what? Sometimes I forget what my official title is, but I'm the marketing guy. My official title's on the what's the page on Novel Keys website? It's here, I'll tell you guys what my official title is. Where do they have it about us? Social media. That's my title. That's it. Marketeer. Chief Marketing Officer. Does marketing include advertising? We don't really do any advertising. We really don't. I think we've tried a little bit, but I guess it would. But right now, not really. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the prices for like Instagram and some of these advertisement things. They're expensive, dude. And I've played around with them on my own platform, and they're not worth it at all. Keyboard hobby is very niche, right? People, you kind of have to be. Here's the thing, right? Hear me out. GMK keycaps, for example, they're expensive. If you market them and then someone who's just not into keyboards sees a set going for $150, let's just say, do you know what they're going to think? These guys are crazy, and I'm never going to buy a $150 keycap set, because they're immediately going to compare that to something on Amazon. So I don't think it's the right move, if that makes sense. How is everyone on the NK About Us page looking in different directions? I don't know, man. I mean, how much were the high ground Pokemon boards? But that's different because it's Pokemon. Does that make sense? Like, I'm sure if we were to do advertisements for Star Wars, it would make a lot of sense to people, because they'd be like, oh yeah, Star Wars tax. Oh yeah, Pokemon tax. But the moment you do it for anything that's done by like a small designer, they're just like, it just makes no sense. I'd rather go pay, for the Amazon set. What's going on with this particular one here? All right, what is happening with this? I had this happen. No, just the way these wires hook in are a little awkward. They kind of bend the plastic back a little bit, but no, it's not bent at all. It's just an awkward way to put in the wire. Not terribly difficult, just a little weird. All right, let's screw this into the PCB, shall we? Now, we should be good with these. I'll see if I need to use a washer or something. Let's screw it in and see if we need that first. Screwdriver kit. Oh, I brought a to the front. I built a computer yesterday for a friend. I built in one of the NZXT cases. First time building in an NZXT case. I don't think I liked it very much. What was ultimately decided is Drop will manufacture 100 acres using their DCD profile and offer the set $1 plus shipping costs to affected individuals. Okay, I need to find my purchase order then. It wasn't so much that it felt thin. It's just some of the install areas were a little weird. And I've had the luxury of building in a friend's, that new Leon Lee case. God, what is it called? The Vision or something like that. I built in that one there, and god damn, dude, that case is the best, dude. That is the best case I've ever built in. It was so incredibly easy. And you don't even have to be good at wire management for that because everything just works. I've been seeing the new trend with some of the manufacturers for keyboard or for computer cases and stuff. The new trend is putting all that stuff in the God, I don't know what it's called. But basically, you know how you normally plug in all the plugs in the front? A lot of the new stuff slowly converting into plugging stuff in the back of the motherboard. So the motherboard, instead of the connector pointing forward, it actually has a connection on the back, but you need a specific case to support that. Seems interesting. I haven't built anything like that yet, but all right, let's screw this in. What screws me for this? RGB is shit. I mean, you know what? I have to admit, I am not the biggest RGB fan much anymore for computers. All of mine in my computer is just turned off. I don't really have a whole lot of RGB, but I turned every little bit of it off. Okay, these are 1.2 mil stabs. We're good. Builds are a nightmare with everything's RGB. BTF MSI is Project Zero. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, I don't really remember. KD got me for that. I recently gone dark on my PCB, mostly because how many LEDs were starting to go bad. Yeah, you know what? Some of my girlfriend's computer, they've just completely died, and they're not even that old. Actually, I'm having a little bit of a problem with my monitor right now. I have an Acer monitor, and recently, oh god, the fan in my Acer monitor, the one that kept the monitor, cool, it's already really loud. It died now. Like the whole fan is not died, but like it's squeaking, and it's the most annoying squeak. Yeah, there's fans to keep those. I mean, it's an older Acer monitor. There's fans to keep those NVIDIA, what are they called? G-Sync chips cool. Apparently they get pretty warm. Today I learned some are better than others. The Acer one that I have was notorious for having a really loud, cheapy fan installed into it. Replace them with Noctua fans. I've heard some people do DIY mods to actually replace that particular fan, but honestly, I don't feel like taking my setup apart for that just to put a new fan in. It seems like a bit of a headache. So I'm just gonna ignore it until it goes away. Okay. OLED is meta nowadays. I would get OLED. But right now, I just don't want to put more money into spending on my computer at all. Yeah, it's kind of expensive too, for sure. I agree with that. I changed my GF's case for a Fractal North white mesh side panel. Yeah, the Fractal cases are really pretty. I gotta admit, they do have some pretty nice looking cases. They're pretty sharp. What's up, Cal? How you doing? OLED still has a few more years before it's affordable. My biggest worry is the burn-in. Yeah, I mean, they have stuff to kind of like sort of prevent that stuff, but my flight got canceled? Oh no. That's the opposite problem I'm having with my monitor. When it's too cold, the LEDs disconnect. Hold on. Oh, I've never heard about this. When it's too cold, the LEDs disconnect and I just see lines. Apparently it's normal for a Samsung thing. How cold is it? Do you mind if I ask how cold it's getting? That's so... I want to like look more into that. That's so crazy. That sounds like such bad design. The new iPad Pros with the double OLED. I didn't actually read the new announcement. Honestly, I have an iPad that I barely use, so I don't know if iPads are something I'm super interested in. Average Igloo PC gamer. True. These are some new stabs from Click Clack. I don't have any names or price points for them, so we're just trying them out for the, I guess, first time. They have a wire basically in heat shrink, so we'll see if that affects the stab at all. Who knows, maybe this could be really bad, really good. Fun stuff of why we get to try stuff today. Design-wise, they're not much different. Doesn't seem like anything's been improved. It's not crazy cold. Indoor temps don't get much cooler. Strange. Are you sure that's not defective? I remember I don't know. Did I ever tell you guys that weird story about LG that I had? That weird encounter with LG? This isn't me, but it's similar. Let's see. What the fuck? That is... I would return that thing instantly. It's a weird but common issue. What the... Pistache, how you doing? Thanks for being here, man. And also, thanks, guys, for all being here. And thanks for the subs today, too. I really appreciate it, guys. All right. Stabs are installed. Let me make sure I did the stabs right. You seem a little... Did I do one of the stabs wrong? Hold on. Let's get a plate and let's try it out. Let's test our stabs, make sure we did all good. I think today we'll do... Let's do aluminum. Any suggestions for quiet switches? Hamu heartbeats. If you can find those are my absolute #1 favorite silent switches. Absolute faves, dude. I don't know if you can find heartbeats though. I don't know if they're still readily available, but so good, bro. Bubblegums are good too. I still think I like slightly prefer heartbeats. Should we put foam in this? Did it have any foam? Yeah. Should we? Or you know what? Should I do foam underneath? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling a foamy keyboard today. Nah? Okay, we'll do foam underneath, if anything. Appreciate the responses. Anytime, dude. Let me get my plate fork out. Still think this is the best tool ever invented in the keyboard hobby. Plate forks. So damn good. Ow. Yeah, we can do case foam, for sure. We'll do case foam. Okay, let's put in some switches here and then test our stabs. Skylong Glacier Yellows. There was a really good silent switch I tried at one of the meetups. I do not remember what it was called, but it was very, very good. All right, let me get some keycaps out. I gave all my boards a good forking now, huh? What? I'm thinking about. I think I'm buying Hamu heartbeats as an option. What do we got here? What's my Why am I getting so many notifications? Oh. People commenting on YouTube and stuff. Keycaps. For now, let's just grab this guy. For 250, I wonder what this board does. This board offers that a 150 75 doesn't. Probably nothing. Truth be told. Zen, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that. Probably nothing. The truth of all these boards, let's just make it very clear. They all do the same function at the end of the day. If we're talking very specific things, the most this will probably offer you is a visually different container for the thing that you're getting. So if you can look past it just being another kind of gasket mount, which that's what it is, you'd have to look at is the visuals and time put into designing this worth your money. That's it. That's all you need to kind of look at. I really don't think like I think if we're kind of searching for an answer, if this is worth, I don't know, X amount of dollars today, we'll be sorely disappointed. I don't think this stab is actuating nicely. Is it? Or am I just going crazy? Oh, no, it is. To be honest, I think it's all up to the buyer in the end. If you're willing to spend the money, it makes you happy. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the route that I've always felt. You kind of have to go in this hobby sometimes. But I mean, like, I also sort of feel like that's kind of every hobby, you know? You kind of have to... I don't know the right word that I'm looking for here. But I feel like in the majority of hobbies that you end up getting into, especially stuff that's not performance driven, how do you measure what's valuable to you in a hobby? Like, if I were to ask you guys right now, what is valuable to you guys in a keyboard? You know, like, what do you look for that will make your purchasing decision go, you know, this is it for me? No, Neon, I think there's something good to be had in that conversation, but I think we need to figure out as like a collective community one of two things. Is there a definitive version of what value looks like to everybody, or do we just agree on there is no answer to that? And I lean very strongly to there is no answer to that. You know, does it mean that you get a lot of stuff in your box? Does it mean that, you know, your keyboard can mount 7 different ways? That's the tough part, right? God, this switches. I think there's objective things that you could look at, right? Aesthetic design, how it sounds and feels. Yeah, so all preference-based things. I agree with Plady there. Aesthetics is primordial, I think. The answer I know what's best, and you're all wrong, are mechanical keyboards, probably. True. I feel like for me, it's all about how much the board can get me to... Wait, sorry, my mouse is always in the way. Get me, you know? And the higher the price, the more it has to inspire me for... I agree, Bite. Bite, I very much agree. There has to be, for me, when I'm making a decision to buy any product, I have to feel like the product is also... And dude, this is something I've talked about. And believe it or not, I had some pretty mixed messages about this particular thing. And I actually spoke to a company in a longer format discussion about the idea of invoking feeling. Hear me out. This sounds always pretentious when I talk about this. But like when you're looking at anything that's not a necessity in life, and even the things that are necessities, but you're looking at the luxury side of it, and I think anything that's not, you know, the bare minimum is luxury. Let's be honest. My definition of what luxury is very broad. I think there's a part of it where if you get something that doesn't necessarily have all the small bells and whistles, like let's take gaming keyboards. Let's just say you get a keyboard with, you know, the high polling rate and all this stuff, and it sounds whatever, and it's like, it just has all the guts, but it has like a plastic shell, and you're just not visually into it, and you get frustrated with the noise. Does all the internals being top tier matter to you, you know? And if the answer is yes, then so be it. But some people, they take like the internals and they don't really matter. Like they have to feel good with their product. The same thing can be said with like cameras. Like I've heard many photographers tell me that, you know, sometimes two cameras, they take the same fucking, like a lot of cameras take great shots. Any modern camera is amazing. Just like with keyboards, right? But sometimes you feel better when you have a specific thing on your desk. And you'll feel more inspired. Like there's a lot of feeling with stuff too, right? And it's a topic that you can't really cover in depth. These are tools at the end of the day. I consider a keyboard a tool. And if you feel good using the tools that you're using every day, then ultimately you might perform better than having that really fancy internal keyboard that has all the special features, you know? There's a bit of a long answer to that. And I used to not believe it myself. I used to just be like, no, I want the thing with all the high specs. Now I disagree. Lately, it's been a little bit more of like, well, I've tasted that side of tech. You know, I've had a little bit bite of the super powerful things and the cameras with, you know, the keyboards with all the features and all this stuff with the features. And then I just don't like it. It just doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel inspired. Sometimes, and I think this is kind of like, again, long conversation, sorry for babbling on about stuff, but this is what I meant the other day of, I like the process of things, you know? You know, for a lot of people, maybe they want the Neo Ergo who can assemble in like 2 seconds. But some people, they want a keyboard where they kind of put some, you know, sweat and tears inside of when they assemble it, you know? So I think there's a feeling-based answer to all this stuff. The short to this, the summary, TLDR, I do feel like there's a bit of a feeling-based aspect to buying these things. With RGB and clicky switches, but she loves to tell people that she and I are both custom keyboards. Her value in it is not equal to me, but I love her enthusiasm. Pray for the day she wants an upgrade. Esteban, we need to get her a keyboard. We should totally, I don't know what size keyboard she has, but we should totally get her a keyboard. Yeah, boomer, I have. Lectures with Alex should be its own segment. I feel like my sentiment towards things is totally, I feel like I have a very niche outlook on things. I was telling 2 people today this, actually. I spoke to a few people today, some awesome people. And we were talking about keyboards. And I told them, you know, a lot of companies are going the route of not even including solderable PCBs anymore. It makes me kind of sad. Like, don't get me wrong. Hot swap is great. I appreciate hot swap. But I don't know, man, like, you know why I enjoy client keyboards? It's because the process of putting something together outweighs the final product for me. The process, the idea of like doing something and just like this journey is so much more fun to me. And I love seeing other people happy with the stuff that we get to do here. So, I don't know. Angel, I agree, man. Where do we get the plate fork? If you type in ! fork. Oh, someone already did. There you go. How you doing? What's up, Kevin? How you doing, man? But tuning a board with a solder PCB is annoying. It is. And I feel like, I feel like there is this whole gradual journey of like things you purchase. Maybe you do, I feel like you do start off with the hot swap board, right? But it's a process, right? This whole long process, I feel, of things. It's a journey, right? You're never going to get it right the first time. It's half the fun. But again, that might be a little bit too pretentious, I feel, at times. You make me want to rebuild my Cycle 7 to use my plate fork. The plate fork's elite. The best tool ever. Like if you want to try out different foam configurations. No, I agree with you completely. I feel like there is a reason why you do it. But at the same time, I feel like having that, when you build something, this like you got to build it carefully type thing. It adds this level of commitment to it, and I think that commitment's a wonderful thing as well. I like the color of these switches. Gonna have to head out now. Bye, Abel. Take care, dude. Popping switches in is one of the most satisfying sounds. It is satisfying, but not when the plate's really tight and then cuts deep into your thumb. So. But I found soldering way more appealing. Yeah, like I said, it's this idea of commitment, right? Did I bend a pin? Oh no, we're good. Solder PCBs have helped me through my commitment issues. I want to get into soldered boards, but I hate the idea of stagnant keyboards. I change switches regularly on all my builds, so I can't live without a... You know what you could do, Matt? Kind of a happy compromise. If you want to get into soldering because you want, the art of building something, you could just solder mil-max sockets on. And it's kind of this happy, it's going to cost you more, obviously, and, maybe you just can't find the value and the price point there, but it is kind of this happy marriage of like, you get your cake and you can eat it too type thing. And you get like a, in my opinion, superior hot swap kind of item too, because I don't think the Kale sockets and all the rest of the sockets are as good as mil-max sockets. Also, own a desoldering gun. You don't need to own a desoldering gun. Can I get your cake and eat it too? What? Huh? Huh? Is the plate fork needed here? This plate is a little tight. I kind of feel like you kind of need it here. Thanks, JQ. I feel like I still want to do hot swap while I'm still new in the hobby. Yeah, I feel like it's a great stepping stone. Or it could be your great end game, right? I'm never going to judge. You can do whatever you want at the end of the day. There's a few of my favorite boards that I have in hot swap PCBs, and I like switching out certain things too, right? Soldering is not just it's not an end game. It's just a version of a way you can build a keyboard. Just so we're all clear. It's not right or wrong to solder a keyboard, just like it's not right or wrong to have one in hot swap either. I think it's a little bit of a myth that solderable sounds better than hot swap, but here's where I don't think I think maybe it has some partial truth to it. Hear me out. The reason why I think it has some partial truth is I was thinking about this morning / last night. There are some switches that I've used that don't really sit well in a plate, in the PCB, even when using a plate, right? So my thought process was, because I had some that were just loose the other day, I want to sit down, I want to record some different type things. I need to really just test this out. I need to figure out a method to do so. For example, HMX switches are not the most tight switch in a PCB. And I wonder if there's a sound difference between putting solderable, which kind of locks it in place, versus a hot swap. I don't know if there will be. Some people, I think at the beginning of the stream when I mentioned it, said 100% there is. But I don't know, because I've never tested that. There could be a difference. And maybe it's not just because, there's a socket on the bottom, but it could just be in the way that things sit. I've never had that, Adrian. I guess I'm someone, I guess. Insty, you are someone. You're someone to me. And in a good way. Hi, Insty. At least he called you a somebody. Yeah, and you know what, Insty? At least I read your chat. Like, at least I saw that you typed there, because Tim would have never. All right? He just would have continued doing whatever he was doing. Just remember that. Tim would have never. You know how many times me and Angel sit in Discord and we try to type to Tim when he's streaming or when he was streaming and he never responded to either one of us? And then we just give up. Tim would not even open a stream, so no opportunity to chat. True. Joining late, something seems different. It's nighttime. Alright, let's open this thing up. So we did this. Aluminum plate. There's gasket socks. Actually, we'll put these on first. Now, there is a way that we put these gasket socks on, and I think it's the nipple down. 8 days left? Wait till what? Oh, the meetup? Yeah, I'm kind of excited for that, man. I think there's a few tickets left. I don't know if tickets have all sold out, but also a little disappointed in this. I guess we can just leave off the gaskets, but man, you really think that people would stop adding points of mounting underneath the spacebar? I understand this is very much preference based, but you know, I would argue that almost objectively this is fatiguing in a way for your fingers. Not every keyboard does it right. I guess there is some keyboards that do it better than others, like the Kohaku, for example. But I don't always love mounting points. I'd say like 9 times out of 10, I don't like mounting points underneath the spacebar. Not only because of sound, because it feels very stiff, and I feel like it really makes my thumb really tired when I'm typing. Because you get a lot of that feedback happening there, right? So, we'll put them on anyways. Oh wow, they really... I mean, yeah, they could have just left this out completely. That's probably a reason behind that. Don't discredit the possibility. Yep, we won't kill. You're very right. There could be a reason behind it, but I don't know. I'm a press X to doubt for now, but let's be open-minded. You're very, very right. All right. I love gasket socks. These are great because if you end up wanting to open this up, and I feel like gaskets are, sometimes you end up wanting to switch where the positioning is. Love them. All right, let's open this guy here up now. Interesting choice too. Adhesive feet, and then right beside it the screws. 4 screws too. Interesting. Bits. Where did I put my bits? Do you reckon they'll do multiple runs of the Neo Ergo with a pink? I don't know. Has QWERTY Keys done multiple runs of their boards? I want to say they haven't, but that's a deliberate mounting point under the spacebar. Yeah, it seems very deliberate. We'll see though. Let's install it, see how it sounds. Oh, there's a washer on this. Interesting. Don't think I've ever seen a washer on the bottom here. But do they do different colors? Or do they just do multiple runs? Like, was there extras that they kind of released that were different from the very first run? Oh, they did do multiple colors of the Neo 80. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so maybe they will do more of the Neo Ergo. Although pink, I don't think I've seen anything pink from QWERTY Keys yet. Maybe? Question mark? All right, on the internals here, we got a little bit of a diffuser for the LED. Not really much else, pretty simple. Now, we did also have this little LED shading strip. I guess the idea is we put that on the PCB. Or how does this work exactly? Oh. Yeah, I guess this just sits right in on the PCB there. That just slides in. All right, cool. Now, there's not much else we really need to do here. I guess one small concern I have before we actually assemble the case. We may want to do some sort of force break on the side over here. Maybe this friction from the top case. It might cause some case ping, but I guess we'll see. I'm not too positive. But let's see. Let's put this all in first. Neo has like a bajillion runs of their other boards. Oh, I didn't know they did tons of extra colors. I'm going to send to the kernel to get Cerakoted for my Neo Ergo, because I don't like a lot of the kernel options. I'm actually very surprised they didn't do some crazy colorways for that. Like, I'm very, very shocked. I thought they were going to do some crazy finishes for the kernel part. But they kind of kept it plain and simple, huh? I like the way these gaskets work, though. So this kind of acts as your alignment pin, which is, I think, a very smart way to do things. They've added that little nipple on the bottom of the gaskets here, and they kind of just sit into place and then doesn't move. Well, my desk is moving, but doesn't move anywhere, which I think is a very smart decision to make. Let's see. Let's put the case back on here. Want to see Alex's? What the fuck? The desk is bending actually? Man. Let's see. Of course your desk is moving. Damn. Copper, bronze, and polykernel. Oh, a polycarbonate would have been super cool for that, actually, yeah. Dude, I've been so into polycarbonate stuff. Also, Zed, thank you so much for the sub. I don't know why my alerts just are not working, but I really appreciate that. I guess I didn't see that. Thank you so much, Zed. Appreciate that again, man. And thanks to, if I've missed anything else, which I don't think I have, I think I've been pretty good with everything else. Thanks everyone who's just done something on stream today and the alerts haven't worked. Thank you guys. Sometimes Twitch has weird problems with that. Actually, let's put this down first. Now, I don't know what we're going to use for... I don't know what we'll use for keycaps here. Even though we have the... Actually, it's not that bad. I shouldn't complain about that. There's still a little bit of LED bleed. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. I don't think you'll see it when the keycaps are on. It's sort of there, though. It's not really that bad, though. You know what? Maybe we use Dandy. Or I think Botanical might be a really good choice for today. Do we use Dandy? Botanical Desert would look sick. Let me see. Hold on one second. Some stuff out of the way. I have my my flash thing sitting here. I don't know where to put this. I guess I should just break it down, but so here's what Dandy, I guess, would look like. Although Dandy's on something right now. I would need to go find what it's on. Greg is on cooldown. I mean, it's sort of close. Maybe too close. Like, is this just going to be a green keyboard? If I want to travel down the wormhole of keyboards, eventually build my own, which of your videos would you/chat recommend I watch first? I feel like you should just watch whatever visually interests you first. But I think if you want to read something that kind of introduces you into both community and building a keyboard, I have some articles on my website you can read. It should just be in the keyboard section, just to be like an intro to the hobby and intro into building. But I think anything that visually interests you, go down that rabbit hole first. And then after you've kind of made your choices, I would suggest kind of going through the how-to stuff, like how to lube, how to build something, etc. So that could be it too. It's too close, right? Like, this is too much. We already did a few keyboards this week with mono colors. Hold on, let me see what the Botanical Desert looks like. Is it desert? Actually, I don't know if this is desert or not. Yeah, let's do this one. Are you guys down for this? I feel like this will be fun for today. We haven't really used Desert Botanical in a long time. With Dandy mods? Oh, that'd be an interesting combination. I don't actually have Mr. Sleeve accents. It's something I never picked up. But I hope that answers your question, by the way, about what to kind of do first. But also, another thing I recommend too is I would join some Discords. I feel like Discords are an excellent way to kind of get introduced into a hobby as well. I don't know. I feel like community is very important for hobbies. Very, very, oh, I should take this off. Very, very, very important for hobbies. If you get protagonist, thoughts on mix matching regular polycarb and smoky polycarb? I don't know. I don't think anyone's done that either, but I'd have to see that in I mean, it could be really nice. Oh, I will be getting the protagonist soon, by the way. Apparently they just shipped it out to me because they had to send me something, like they had to fix something before they shipped it out to me, so it just shipped literally today. Someone on YouTube might not like your choice of color. Yeah, I know. I really stepped on some toes with that one, huh? Protagonist video goes live when GB ends. I'm really... Guys, if that actually does happen, I'm so sorry. I know I've had a few people message me saying they're literally waiting for me, and I am so honored that you'd wait for me to do content on a board. But yeah, there's not much. It's kind of out of my control. The moment I get it, I'll stream it, but I don't know. I'm sorry if it ends up, you know, being the last day. I'll always wait for you, Alex. Thank you so much, man. Some people are just antagonists. Yeah, some people are very unhappy. You better get the Encore before the drop. I will. I think I'm doing Encore. Let's see. I promised Chris a day. I promised Matthew and Chris the 31st. I promised them that day, so. Meanwhile, I'm waiting on Keyboard to release his Neo Ergo video because he has the exact build I'm going with. Oh, really? What build is he going with? I honestly would like it if more people on YouTube were angry. It makes an interesting read later. I mean, you should see some of the comments I've gotten over the years. I've been engaging less and less. Sometimes I do, like today, like I just what, like really dumb comments. I get there trying to engage like some sort of reaction, but Jesus, man. Sometimes I can't let it slide, dude. Like in reading that comment, I realized that they had no idea what they were talking about because they were bringing up the things that they brought up had nothing to do with anything. Well, it's like when you're watching. I remember I watched someone else's keyboard review a while back, and this has happened to me many times where people will be like, "Oh, this guy can't type." I watched someone and they had some amazing points about the keyboard and stuff I would never have thought of either, and I was like, "Damn, this review slaps." I looked down to the comments and like the number one was like, oh, "This guy types weird," and I'm just like, Jesus, dude, this is what you got out of this whole entire video? Like, is that the only thing your brain could focus on? Like, you didn't, like, the 10 minutes of talking? And he's like, yeah, this guy doesn't type like me. He must be strange. Weirdest attitude ever. Some of the infotainment YouTube comments have the coolest / most wholesome stories. Yeah, sometimes you do get, like, obviously, I think more often than not, there's a lot of amazing stuff that happens, but... the index finger spacebar? I know, some people are so mean, man. Like, It's not hard to be nice. But as they always say, misery likes company, right? That is the truth. And miserable people are like anchors, and they like to bring everyone down with them, so. Human fingers? Yeah, I know, right? This guy has fingers. Weird. Apparently it's easy to be rude too. True. Why did I put the keycap set back like this? I absolutely can't stand the fake typist. If you can't type fast, just do your normal speed. I gotta go. I mean, I feel like you just called me out, Ancient. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I mean, not gonna lie though, I type the same thing over and over again half the times, which is just I love you guys over and over and over again. Sometimes I just type shit, but like 90% of the times it's the same sentence. There's like certain sentences that just work better for like understanding how a keyboard sound is. This doesn't sound too bad. These switches are nice, but this one particular switch on the P key is pissing me off. I don't know if that's just my switch. Is that the switch or the keycap? You guys probably can't see, but the P key seems the smidge crooked. And I don't know if that's the switch or the keycap itself. I don't think it would be the keycap. Or sorry, the switch. Do you see it? I don't know. Okay, I'll take it out later. Unless it's the what's with the slanted P? God damn it. Why did it have to be that key? Cricket PP. Where's Adam when you need him? Oh, guys, come on. I love Adam, but today's been hella peaceful. Today's been silly peaceful today. How does this work for the bot? Oh, just like this. Hey man, if you notice your P is slightly crooked, hope this helps. I know. Fucking Adam, man. Less sussy than normal? You know what? I feel like we had some really good conversation. Let's not ruin it, okay? Today's been a really nice, calm stream. We've had some very valuable conversation, I'd say. No accents? No, I don't think the accent color is right for this. It's a little bit of a different shade. I don't think it works. Personally, anyways. The keyboard says otherwise. It's right there. It's kind of blue. It's a little bit more blue. All right, so going over some stuff again for this board. We talked about a little bit about the design near the beginning, but this is going to be 250 in stock eventually on Click Clack. So, what the suspect? Thank you so much for the 20 tier ones, man. Holy shit. Easy dodge. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Holy shit. That was out of nowhere. Thank you, man. I hope you're having a great day today. The chat's gone with tier ones. Yeah, I know. It's just tier ones now. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Wow, that's very kind. Hey, whoa. Yeah, I know. I'm having the same reaction right now. Thank you very much, dude. How's your day going, suspect? Once upon a time, my dad broke the T key on his BlackBerry, so he kept telling people he broke his... Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce any of that. Non sequitur. Oh my god, start. Makes everyone's day a little brighter. Yeah, thank you, suspect. No problem. I hope you're having a good day. Having a good day here? Hell yeah, dude. Today's been up and down, I'd say. Like, very, very, like, a lot of, not emotions per se, but, You know when you're having like a good 5 minutes and then you go to another, like the next 5 minutes and it's like, oh God, dude. Yeah, today's been like that. But ultimately, we're here now. Stream's been awesome so far. We've had some amazing conversations. Love that. Love the social aspect of this, and I appreciate you guys. But yeah, today's ultimately been a good day. New haircut? Yeah, I'm gonna cut the top off a little bit more because I feel like this is kind of long. Like it is kind of long. So I'm gonna cut this like halfway down. I don't know. Do I cut it halfway? I feel like I do. I feel like this is too long. But I'm gonna do it myself later. The barbers lately, man, I personally can't justify it. It's just takes me 2 seconds to do it. Cut half off. I think a small trim would look good. Yeah, I think just a little bit. Racing stripe? What the? But thanks for asking, Suspect. I appreciate it again, man. Get a rat tail? You know I've always low-key wanted one. All right, quick stuff about the board. We're using the Misu switches from PK Keyboards. They do feel really good. Like, I really like the way the switches feel. Now, this is going to be gasket mounted. It's using gasket socks. It's the aluminum plate. My main concern about this board really is the mounting underneath the spacebar. I can already tell this is going to be a bit firmer for a spacebar anyways. Perhaps we have to take that off. We can easily open this up and take it off. We're not using any case foam. They are claiming this is a 19.5 millimeter front height. Although I don't think I have my... I do actually. I'm kind of curious to see if it actually is. The P looks nice now. No, it's still really crooked. I don't know if it's the keycap. Look at that. Or the switch. It's still really crooked. Hold on, let me actually take a look at that first. What the hell's going on here? It could be the switch. Is it? I have no idea. Is it just like a bad switch? Let's see. If it's the switch, maybe swapping it out, but... Could also be the keycap. That'd be a real big shame if it was the keycap. No, it was the switch. Maybe the switch was bad. Oh well. One bad switch. Not a big deal. I've never seen that happen before. What's worse than... wow, that's worse than when I did an unseated clip-in stabilizer of my shift key. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know what's going on there. But let's see. What's the front height actually on this board? So we will measure past the front lip here. So let's start at 3 mil. Oh, okay. It is 19.5. It is. So it's 19.5 from the top of the lip to the bottom. I thought maybe they were measuring from here to here. Although this does feel like it's a lot higher. Yeah, I know they said that in the specs. For some reason, I just didn't believe it. Why is there a mark there, bud? A mark. Wait, what? Where's the mark? Did I scratch something? On the tape? Oh, my rust? This is an old measuring tape. It's all flaked off, so I always measure from something else. Who's Mark? I love your tape measure. It's really old. My mom gave this to me. I can't bring myself. She knew I wanted a little tape measure, and she had this lying around. So, as much as I probably need a new one, I can't bring myself to throw it away. Mark is Tommy Wiseau's friend. I can't. Oh, hi, Mark. All right. So again, the only thing I'm a little concerned about is the space bar. But let's see what this sounds like. I mean, so far it doesn't sound bad. A funky looking case, actually. I like this. It's fun. Very bright. You know what? And I do appreciate, somewhat. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this type of design. This is very personal. This extra little step in machining at the top over here. It's fun. I think it works on this board in particular because it is a little bit more chunky feeling. Like it doesn't have the thinnest bezels in the world. It's a little bit more of a chunky board. I don't know if it makes the keyboard look or appear more cheap in a way, but I think it suits maybe this particular color, but it's nice. It's cool. Actually, I do prefer the chunkier bezels on this too. It's nice. Chonkster 75. Let's see what it sounds like. No foam. This does have a big... Oh. Weird. All right, let's see. Yeah, this spacebar sounds super stiff. Just what I thought was going to happen. The alphas sound good. Like, they had a little bit of metallic ping. I just think that mounting point on the spacebar is killing the sound. Like, completely. All right, before we type anymore, I'm just going to get rid of it. I always want to give the benefit of the doubt to mounting points underneath spacebars, but I can usually tell you guys they don't really work out too well. Yeah, the alphas are good. I'd say the alphas are fun. Also, let me try something here. Hold on, I'm gonna screw this back together for 1 second, guys. I almost feel like we need to force break this as well. Because, actually, is it pingy? Sorry, that's just my desk. All right, we should be okay. I don't hear any like metallic clackiness, so let's just try to unscrew this and go from there. A Dremel can't take care of burr. Yeah, I mean, it's nice it's there for people who enjoy that firmer space bar, or I guess maybe that's a sound signature people really like, but use my unwipe tape. Oh, did you get your replacement one in, Ryan? Small backstory, guys. Ryan sent over some unwipe tape for his mil-maxing his board, and I don't know how it happened. Where did I even put it? It's over there. I put it on top of my own tape, and then I shipped it out, and then I literally messaged him an hour later. I'm like, Ryan, I left your tape here. So I just bought him new tape. I've never had a client send me tape before, so I just, for some reason, it's my brain associated with my own. And then when I realized my error in my ways, I messaged Ryan immediately. I wonder if this is going to cause problems doing this. So I feel like, let's try something here. It's free now. Yeah, maybe I can actually use it for some stuff too. I'm actually going to also tune the spacebar just a smidge. And then maybe we'll also swap out this switch as well. Because these are stock lightly lubed. Let's see. Let's change out the spacebar switch as well. Let's give this the best possible feeling we can do. Let's put a Gateron Milky Yellow for now. How much space did that spacebar have without the gasket? Not much, and that's what I'm concerned about a little bit. I mean, it's actually, maybe this is sizable. I don't think it'll bottom out. Like, that'll take a lot of pressure to really get it to touch, so we'll see. Maybe a little bit better. Pocket Nixie. What's the peak of the when was the peak of popularity of force breaking? There was a bit of a popular phase where everyone just thought everything in the world needed to be force braked or force broken. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. Not everything needs to be force broken. Like, it's just not a thing you need to do. And there was a bit of a phase where everyone just put tape in their boards to force break it. Now people kind of realize that, it's not a mandatory thing you need to do, so. Have you ever tried a Nixie switch in a spacebar? I actually have not. I'll try that today. That was a fun time. Yeah, I think that also, not for nothing, I don't want to say it was like misinformation, but it was just kind of like a popular trend. It's like, you know, when Tempest mod was really popular, just everything was... I mean, the spacebar does sound a little hollow, though. I think we have to put case foam in this. Even the alphas have a bit of a hollowness to them. It's not a bad sound. I just feel like it needs something to give it a little bit more of an oomph. Let's put some bottom foam on this. Some bottom case foam. Yeah, there's just a metallic undertone to it all. And maybe a plastic plate would better suit this particular board. I was really hoping this big weight on the bottom would kind of cut some of that sound, but you know what it could be too? It could be the, maybe the silicone mounts. Maybe there's just a lot of compression happening, or maybe they're too thin. Not really quite doing their job too well. I actually really like the way the switches feel. The way the switches feel are very, very nice. They have like a bit of, I don't know, maybe it's the springs too. They have excellent springs in the switches. But I don't truly believe it's the switches. I think it's more just the case itself. All right, let's put some foam in this guy. All right. All right, so let's grab that. This board would honestly fuck up the way I judge the switches. Yeah, we'll use the switches in another board for sure. I can hear a bit of metallic undertone. I'm not sure if that comes through very well. And I think it's mainly, truth be told, the case itself. Let's see. I mean, as an in-stock product, if there's some people who like the chunkier design, I think this will be an excellent product for them. It is very well done, like it's well crafted here. Maybe this is supposed to be more of a foamy board. There's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, this is with the Gateron Milky Yellow, and even with the Milky Yellow as this spacebar, I know we haven't put the top case on. It does feel a little bit, overall, a little bit thin. Oh my God, please. So we should see. For 250, I feel like it's not it. Yeah, totally. If you feel like this is not worth your 250, then 100%. I think there's some amazing options on the market right now for 250. We'll see. Let's put the top frame back on. Gateron Mountain Tops. I have not heard of those. What kind of switches are they? Long pole? The recent Lucky board should have got that green color. It's a nice color. They do have some pretty colors for this board. After every board, I tell myself in my wallet, this is the one. Dude, I've been saying that with certain products too. I'm like, yeah, this is the one, guys. I'm never getting something again. And then next week, I'm like, hey, you know, I've seen that one product. It looks pretty good. I feel like an HMX switch might not be the move for this particular board, but we can try. The gold ripple TKL is the one for me now. All right, now we have bottom foam in this. It does cut some of the metallic undertone. That's more up my alley. I don't like the Nixie in here at all. It sounds way too plasticky, which is weird. What do I use here? I don't even know. Maybe we try an Obscura. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. The Obscura is nicer. Let me try one more thing. I'm still not 100% personally into the sound signature. It just feels a little thin overall. And again, this is not a case of switches, I think, because we've tried a few different switches now. Again, this could very well be a board that needs all the foam everywhere. It very well could be. Let me see. Did they make a note of that? I don't think they did. Nope. No notes for how this board. Sometimes people say like, "Hey, the designer intended this," but it was sent to me. This is not a sponsored stream at all when we're giving this board back. So this is there's no sponsorship, nothing tied to this at all. This is literally me looking at the board. They didn't have many, and they said that they couldn't do any sort of, for one screw, any sort of ties like that, because they only had like 1 or 2 of these while they prepare for their in-stock sale. And I don't think they were looking for any sort of reviews either. But I tried to be like, hey, you should let me take a look. I'm taking off all these gaskets. We're going to take off all of them except for like 4 and see if that changes the sound profile. I know that seems a bit silly, but we'll leave these 2 at the top, and then I'm going to leave these 2 here at the bottom. Let's screw it in now. Change the stabs? I don't think it's the stabs. I really, really don't think it's the stabs. Experimenting is my favorite part. Yeah, I like doing this part of stream too. Do you have a list of keyboard keycap switches you have? It would be neat to see. I'm going to be working on doing that. Zany actually sent me a Notion list template that he made that I kind of want to, over the weekend, to maybe fill it out. So, all right. We removed mostly all the gaskets. Does this sound any different to you guys? Yeah, it's slightly different, but not quite there. Like this row sounds really good. Like the alphas are not bad. I think the alphas now sound much improved. But there's still an undertone of something that I'm not really enjoying, I guess. And it seems like a bit of a flatness. I guess this board, and you know, I'm not going to do it today, but I guess this board is mainly going to be foamy. Maybe we do have to use all the foam for this. But yeah, it's something. There's like an undertone of something going on that I can't really put my finger on what it is. The last thing we're going to do is force break it. We'll put some of the gaskets back on and we'll force break it. That could also be the reason why it sounds metallic-y. Because these sides have a lot of friction and contact. So that could be the reason too. The space is hollow. There's a lot of hollowness here. So I guess the best way to force break this then would be a few different pieces. Okay, let's play around with this. I'm just going to use my usual to do this. Now, where did I put all my usuals? Here they are. some stab pads. These are my usuals. Some boards just don't work well with aluminum. Yeah, some boards don't. I think it's important for people who design the boards to kind of not realize that per se, but to kind of make that distinction. How do I want to do this? Let's do like this. And kind of sell their keyboards with their strengths, I guess. Obviously, every project's different, and I'm not going to tell designers what to do, but... Long talk about things that don't need force break. Burn, what I mean by that, let me explain again, is there were boards people that, like, for example, there were boards, like, I've seen people force break Kohakus, and those do not need, because there was just like a trend, everything was being force broken. Everyone's like, yeah, we need to force break, you know? Force breaking, basically, it's a weird term, but I don't really quite understand why it's called force breaking. But basically, you're just creating a bit of an artificial gap. Or not artificial, you're creating a gap between the metals on the bottom and top frame, which should allow you to kind of have a bit of a metallic sound profile gap. I tried force breaking everything, but then my girlfriend force broke up with me. What the? My gaskets aren't 100% perfect here, but I'm gonna force break myself into your heart. Hey, yo, dude. I'm also gonna put one here and then one on this side too, because there's a lot of metal contacting that point too. Although I don't know if these side ones will close well. But we shall see. Oh, let me put the gaskets back on. That's one thing I just wanted to make sure. I'll put a few more. We don't have to put them all. Actually, let's put just this one. That's the nice thing about these silicone gaskets, by the way. You can kind of just do whatever you want with them. We'll leave these. It's always force break and never force make. True. Big true. Force fix. One time Tim asked me if I could force break into his cheeks. Listen, man, I'll tell you guys something too. I don't know what Tim is doing these days, you know? Like when it comes to sussiness. But I would not trust that guy, you know? Don't trust that Tim guy. It's a little weird. That silly Tim guy. Alrighty. So let's see what this sounds like now. I really hope this sounds better. I do like the way this looks. I do think this helped a lot. It did help a lot. I wonder if... I like it now, actually. It lost all that weird metallic undertone. It's not my favorite either. It still has a little bit of an empty, like a flatness underneath. But it could be someone's cup of tea. I need to tune the mods a little bit better. So I guess these mods do still need to be tuned like normal. Remember, I did not put a lot of lube on these. I do think the backspace sounds great. The alphas sound good. Yeah, I guess so. There was a lot of, like I said, a lot of metal on metal contact here on the top. Especially where it kind of slotted in. So maybe that was the big culprit there. But yeah, it seems like it's a lot better now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recommend to Click Clack to perhaps include something like stickers to help force break this. Again, it's not a bad thing to do that, by the way. A lot of cases come with silicone pieces pre-installed to do that. Yeah, I will admit, I think overall my thoughts on the board is it's pretty. I don't think it's my complete cup of tea in terms of design, but I do appreciate it. It's still very nice. I like the thought put into even the top frame over here. I like the chunkiness of this. I think this is one of the few boards where I think the extra detailing on the top works, just because it is a bit of a chunkier frame. I do like the extra little bit of a thicker lip here on the front as well. I can appreciate that too. And I do like the side profile. It's a little different, you know? It still has a little bit of flair. It has like feet to it. Almost looks like a shoe, you know? I don't mind that. I think where it falls a little bit short is I think it really needs to kind of figure out what it's doing with its gasket system. I'm not going to say this is lazy per se, but I feel like this was kind of thrown together as a gasket system. It had some interesting ideas, like the little nipples on the bottom of the gaskets to kind of help the alignment. Absolutely love that. They killed it with that. But I think, you know, the plate itself needs to be kind of reworked in a way. For example, I really don't think the gaskets under the spacebar do this justice at all. And then clearly it needs to be force broken as well. Yeah, hello, I agree. It is a nice looking board. Now, I think this will probably sound a million times better with like a polycarbonate plate or some sort of plastic plate. Maybe aluminum. It's just not a good choice for this. However, force broken, it doesn't sound too bad. It's not bad at all. Let's actually try one different spacebar here. We still have the Obscura. Let's try something a little bit different. Now that we have something a little bit more working. They did design an FR4 plate. I don't know if an FR4 plate. I don't know if an FR4 plate will be better for this. I don't like this spacebar at all. I think you need to use long pull. What's the full build? Well, I'm undecided on a spacebar switch. Maybe we just go back to this guy. We're using the, oh god, Misu switches from PK keyboards for the alphas. This just sounds like the Obscura. Yeah, I think the FR4 would actually sound worse, in my opinion. I feel like a polycarbonate plate would be the best choice for this. I don't think the FR4 plate would be the best choice. It might be a little bit more glassy sounding, if that makes sense. Is a weird middle ground for me. Yeah, everyone's a little different. Everyone has different preferences, right? How about a force break effect on all plastic keyboard? I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever had to do that. Glass, you say? Speaking of glassy keyboards, Helheim Designs. You should check them out. PC plus all foam, yeah. And I guess my final thought is I do think this is probably a board that if you end up liking this and you like a foamy sound signature, by the way, nothing wrong with that. This is probably going to be one of the boards you pick up and you build with foam. I do think this is going to lean better to a foamy overall sound signature, which is fine. I think, again, if you like that, go for it and have fun with it, you know? Probably the best bet. But fun colors though. They have some really interesting stuff. I was looking at the colors too. They have a silver, dark blue, pink. They call this one here milky, actually sorry, this one here is milky green, and they also have the opposite, which is milky white. Yeah, like the alphas do sound nice now. It's just the mods. Some of the mods sound, some of the areas of the switches sound a little bit glassy, or just thin rather. It's okay. We tried, guys. We tried. I think we gave this a really good shot and we learned a few things, huh? But if this does interest you, Click Clack is having this in stock sometime in the near future. Might be a fun modding keyboard if you're willing to throw a few dollars towards it and really like the way it looks. Maybe a foamy keyboard like I mentioned too. But I hope this was fun anyways. Not everything is always going to be a super winner, you know what I mean? But I hope this was fun. I hope you guys all had some fun on this. HMX everything? Yeah, we could go HMX for the next build. I think these were a fun alternative. I actually want to take these off and try them on a different board because I do want to give these another shot because I do like the way these sound. I love the way they feel too. It's so snappy. Definitely learned some stuff today. Hell yeah, dude. I am going to go bye-bye human fingers. Thanks, Pavato. I appreciate you. Good stream. Love the tinkering. It was great. Saved me some money. I think that's what we're here for. Take a look and be honest, right? All right, guys. Let's go see if we can go raid. I don't know who's live right now. But like I said, I'm still going to report all my findings to ClickClack because it's important to do that. Twitch. Have a nice night. Thanks, guys. Let's go raid Kimlin win. She's playing. Is there anyone doing keyboard stuff? Nah, let's just raid Kimlin win. Fuck it. Good times as always. Have a good rest of your night. Hey, guys. Sunday we're doing the Chroma, which I think a lot of people are going to like. So if you guys want to tune into that one there, that's going to be a fun one. I'll have some nice switches prepped for that guy too. And yeah, next week's another really busy week. By the way, if you guys need client builds put in, this month's like pretty much halfway gone anyways. This month's pretty much filled. Next month we have a lot of fun openings. So if you guys do need something done, check it out. Now, because Sunday is going to be Mother's Day. Oh, I guess I'm doing my stuff on Saturday. So maybe that's, I thought it was Saturday anyways. Was it Saturday Mother's Day, not Sunday? I'm getting my days mixed up. Chroma by Eloquent. Yes, it should be a nice one. I'm really excited for that one there. All right, guys. See you soon. Enjoy Kimlin Wins stream. Bye, everybody. Love you. Take care.